Hi, this is Trista with MommyUpgrade.com and my BFF Molly Johnson of MeggyMoo.com. And this is the January, I always have to look at the date, January 28th edition of Mommy Upgrade Live. You're trying to trying to get that slice?
I don't know what to do, but I'm like, this glare.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, the narrow
slice, the perfect slice where everything else outside the slice
is clean. So it's very clean. There's nothing on the floor now.
That's
all
good.
the Christmas stuff's put away. So I feel much better about it now.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm a marketing director for high-tech companies and also a lifestyle writer for MommyUpgrade.com and ShapePro.com. And Molly has her own business, MJ6 Designs. You want to talk about that for a second?
Sure. I do promotional items and marketing for branding purposes. So, T-shirts and mugs, but we also kind of work on social media and kind of the full package marketing plan for our clients. So if you've got some campaigns that need merchandise as well as social media, that's kind of what we do.
Awesome. I'm doing a quick tweet here.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay. You're hectic today too, right?
A little bit. I've got some things I've got to do. And then, of course, aside from just work projects, I've got some kids' dentist appointments and some other things to do today.
The working moms juggle struggle.
That's right.
We need to hashtag that, the juggle struggle.
There you go. I'll write that down.
The juggle struggle. Maybe that'll be a future topic. Productivity, the juggle struggle.
I have a topic for Thursday.
This is Thursday.
I have a topic for Monday.
What is it?
Paying for grades.
What?
Paying for grades. Do you pay for grades? Do you not? What are your incentives for grades?
Oh, you mean with kids?
Yeah.
I thought you meant teachers.
Oh, no. I think they do that already. They pay them so little that if they show up, they get a grade. No, it's interim time. And so I don't want to, I know we've got kind of some things on the table for today, but I thought of that this week for obvious reasons. It's interims. And so I think there's some controversy around that, or not controversy, some opinions on that.
Sure. There's always different opinions on that. I gotta make you a host.
Oh yeah, I meant to mess that. Okay, so let's put that on our agenda for Monday is paying for grade. Or I don't know if maybe incentives or I think if there's some interest in talking about that.
Okay. I think that's a great topic. I had sort of a slow start today and clearly I am not doing something right because I'm trying to make you a co-host.
I see all the clapping. It's very flattering.
Yay! Lots of hands. We love hands. Okay, so today's topic, I wanted to talk about something that I struggle with because it's all about me. Just kidding. No, I know a lot of people struggle with this as well. Migraines. Do you get them?
No, I don't. I don't really get headaches at all. I feel lucky because my stepson gets very severe migraines to the point that he is like, it's debilitating. And I have a friend that also, besides you, that gets them and it seems horrible. Like it's not really properly sympathized. But he is 18 and he's 21. When he was 18 is when he started to really get them, or when I noticed him. And he would be in the shower with the lights off and then just in a ball. And he's a tough soccer player kid. So I knew it was bad. And I don't know much about them, honestly. I mean, you've probably done the research and I know there's medication that comes with other side effects, which is not good. But I think they try to associate it. We tried to help him associate it with caffeine. Whether or not that really was a trigger for him, I don't know. But he was drinking a lot of Monsters. That's for the kids. They're drinking all these crazy jacked up drinks. So even if it wasn't really a true trigger, we were kind of using it to get him to stop using that stuff anyways. Because I just don't think that stuff's good. But
yeah,
he doesn't drink that stuff anymore, and he doesn't get migraines anymore.
Oh, well, there you go. So you found the correlation. So I know that let me start by saying I am not a doctor by any means. So any of the conversation we have today is just pure speculation and experience.
Experience and Google.
Yeah. I mean, I would never tell anybody, what they should do as a remedy. I can only tell you kind of what I struggle with and how I power through them. But I would love to hear suggestions from other people because they are hard. So, I started thinking about it this morning as I was like fighting one off that I've had for a full 24 hours. And, it's people are so cliche sometimes, they get a headache and they go, oh, I have migraine. And,
yeah.
And it's for somebody who has migraines and you're looking at them, you're like, no, you don't. You have a headache. You have a bad headache.
You have a bad headache.
But a migraine, there's a migraine, you can't knock it back, right? Unless, for me anyway, I can't take anything over the counter and expect it to go away. I just can't. And I can kind of predict a little bit when they're coming. Now, mine are not food triggered, but within a 24-hour period before it, I get this huge, sink in energy.
Do you know that they're coming on?
Yeah, I get them enough that I've started to pick up on, okay, this is about to happen. I will just, there will be a several hour period where I'm wiped out to the point of exhaustion where you're going, oh my gosh, I'm going to get strep or something, I'm about to get sick. And usually it's, I'm tired all the time anyway. So I just attribute it to one thing or the other. And I don't always say, oh gosh, yeah, there's migraine coming. But mine vary, sometimes I'll have some that I can tolerate, on a scale from 1 to 10, I can tolerate 1 to 4 without medicating. That 4 to 7, I'm done, I have to take medicine and the medicine will wipe you out if you have a prescription. For me anyway. And there's this period where I've noticed if I take the medicine, I need to be dark, dark, rest, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then boom, I am golden, I can do anything in the world after that. If I don't lay down right after it just drags on and drags on. And then there's the mega migraines that come on so fast it literally feels like an ice pick, in your head. And those, you're just done. Clear your schedule, you're done. And I think I'm a pretty tough person, but when those hit, I'm floored, completely, totally calling the husband home from the office.
I hear they're so bad, you're physically feel like you're going to get sick. You're having other, it's
oh, yeah.
So you're going to throw.
Nauseous. Yeah, you're nauseous. You're, when I was in graduate school, now these were triggered by stress. I'm 100% sure of that. I got it. Hi.
I got it.
I would get them so bad. I'd have the flashing kind. The first time I had it, I was so freaked out because I couldn't see anything. And it was the flashing where your vision is impaired in this flashing disco kind of thing. And that's when I first started getting them. But it didn't have, a lot of the pain that went with it, which was really strange. I just had the flashing. So that was a real freak out moment. But anyway, so I was curious. I'd love to hear from the floor. If you have migraines or you have friends that have migraines, how do they deal with them? Because it can be something that really is life altering.
Yeah. Because didn't you say that the medicine that you also gives, there's some other side effects to it or something?
Yeah, I'm sure every medicine is different. For me, it makes me kind of a little bit of Twilight Zone, sort of takes the edge off of everything.
Right.
But the most compelling factor is it's so damn expensive. For one, and everybody's insurance is different. But for me, if I get a migraine, if it's a bad one, it's a 2-pill migraine. Those are $25 each.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's fine. And that's with insurance. Who knows what they are with?
That's with insurance.
Crappy insurance or not,
Exactly. So, when I'm in when I was talking about the like one scale from 1 to 10, if I'm in the 1 to 4 and I think I can manage it somehow, I'm going to, because I'm not going to, well, first of all, I don't need to take, anything. But the secondly, I'm not going to waste $25, right, to speed it up faster because I'm too cheap.
Well, I think the point is that if it gave you really good relief, you would, but it doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Well, I don't like to take a lot of drugs, so if I can avoid it, I do. So anyway, I see a couple people in here. I would love to hear, what you guys do.
Didn't we see something recently and I sent it to you and it was kind of like one of those Facebook things that's floating around. Like you never really know if it's true. What was that sort of remedy that was worth? That was weird. It was like piercing your cartilage or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't tried that.
I don't put much hope in that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I do. Like, for example, we almost canceled today because I woke up with a migraine. I could feel it coming, right? And I'd had it for a full 24 hours. I mean, and it wasn't going away. And I did take medicine yesterday. And I thought, oh God, we're going down the slope here. And it's one of those where you just want to lay in bed and sleep it off. But if you can't, you got to keep going. So for me, I've found, caffeine. I mean, that's sort of a known helper for migraines because it's an Excedrin migraine.
Right.
So I'll get up and I'll have a cup of coffee and that sort of gets me functional. And then the two other things that I find really help is getting my blood sugar up. So I'll have something a little bit sweet and take a really hot shower, like a long hot shower. And then it sort of, I don't know if it shrinks something in your brain or what, but if I have like one of those low grade migraines, if it's full on migraine, I'm literally both doors to the closet shut, completely dark, or I go in the media room and I'll shut the door and I lay on the floor and just like, I can't have noise. Like even my dog breathing like hurts. It's like,
that's what Drew would do. He'd go into the bathroom, take a hot shower, and he would sit in the tub. Even if he turned off the water, he would it was like maybe the darkest place. I don't know.
Tammy, I would love to hear, what do you do when you get a migraine?
Yeah.
I mean, so many people get them and I just, I hear some people talk about essential oils. I haven't tried that.
You're resistant to that.
Well, but to me, if you're in like that 5 to 10 migraine level and you're nauseous, I don't want to smell anything. Like I don't, but I don't want any sensory. That's the thing. I want to shut down all the sensory. First is Advil, essential oils, lavender and peppermint. It's not bad smelling. No, I love those smells. Yes, a cold rag. Sometimes I do put like a cold rag on my head, or behind your neck. Oh, that's a good one. So I was talking earlier about, and it's probably misdiagnosed a lot. I was talking earlier about how when I first started getting them, I was in graduate school. Then when they started coming back again, I was having a lot of carpal tunnel problems. So I went to an orthopedist or somebody for carpal tunnel. And I was like, is there any way I've been getting like this pain at the base of my neck? Is there any way that this is sort of connected with it? And he was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I went through months of physical therapy, like for that place in my neck where I was getting the migraines.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that I would be at physical therapy and they would flare up. And I'd be like, this is so not working. Yeah. And after a couple of months of absolutely nothing, helping, I said, you know what, I'm going to a neurologist because this is like, it hurts. And she's like, oh yeah, that's migraines. Oh, great. So I've been,
and you've seen that neurologist over time and it hasn't.
It's not like you can cure it. Do I have food allergies? No.
Tammy's saying, you're probably not, I don't know if you saw it, but she has like food triggers. Have you identified food? So she read an article that some foods over ripe bananas and avocados are triggers.
Really?
Interesting. You would think more like, because you think avocados and bananas are so healthy, it would be fine. You would think like tomatoes or acidic or acidity or some kind of
right
harsh
nitrates.
Nitrates.
Tammy, do you want to join us on our seat? I think it's open. Yes, they are debilitating for sure. Tammy, hop on if you are interested. We'd love to have you join us. There's a couple other people in the room, so I would love to hear your feedback as well. We're talking about migraines, and I don't have audio plugged in. Oh, bummer. We have good suggestions. Okay, cool. Awesome. She'll follow. She will next time she's following us. Anyway, there's a couple other people. Migraines. What do your friends do to get over them? What do you do to get over them? Love to hear what suggestions y'all have. But that's interesting. Coffee, chocolate, wine. I'd heard garlic.
Is a trigger? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I put garlic in everything.
Well, I do too. That's definitely not it. Overripe bananas and avocados is interesting. Mine are not triggered that way.
How do you know?
Because mine are definitely hormonally cycled.
Oh, they're tracked. You can.
Well,
track
I mean, I can tell. Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, I can kind of predict when the opportune times are that I'm going to get them.
Yeah.
Food impacts your. Oh, well, I hadn't thought about that. Hold on. Client calling. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really make that connection that Tammy said. That's, all related.
Yeah. That's interesting. So we have to stay away from all that good stuff. Chocolate, wine, coffee. Coffee's going to be tough. Not always test. Who does the testing, Tammy? Is that your neurologist? My neurologist has never suggested it.
Or she's saying like do an allergy test. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if.
I don't know. Did Drew get tested?
No.
Allergies.
I mean, not for food allergies. We took him in, some other things that were sort of going on. As I said, he was a tough soccer player. He was really athletic, and he had a couple concussions, significant concussions. And to the point where, he was in the emergency room a couple of times with these concussions. So I couldn't help to think that, oh my gosh, it's, but you're not out there playing football, so it's not like it. But I wondered if at any time these migraines were prompted by, other injury to the brain that he had.
Oh, you think?
I don't know. I have not watched that movie about concussions. We're a kind of a sport. Huh?
I think I heard about it, but I can't remember the name of it.
Well, it's with Will Smith. It's what?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What's that called? I can't remember.
I don't know either. I've avoided it. We're a very athletic-driven family. My husband is very, very involved in all sorts of sports. Every single one of my kids play sports. And concussions are a part of some of my kids' experiences. And but it's really scary to kind of be more informed about what's going on with the sports. And I have some opinions about that, but we won't start those here.
Well, we should do that too. What was your other topic for Monday?
I want to talk about Monday on when we don't have to do an order, but paying for grades.
Oh, right.
I shouldn't say that like that, but like incentives for grades and how, do we feel that incentives for grades are not acceptable and it's really just their responsibility to get good grades? But how do we help incentivize, or do we?
Well, it's a good topic for not only grades, but
behavior.
But just incentive, finding out your kids' currency and how to make them do stuff.
Right. Their currency. Yeah.
Sure. Well, when I was thinking about migraines this morning, I was thinking, I hope that my kid doesn't get them. I don't know if they're hereditary. Tammy, do you know if they're hereditary?
Oh.
Yes, or yes, they're hereditary.
Yes, I know. I'm not going to tell you.
Yes, and yes, I think is probably her answer. Yes, they are. Great. But, you think about your little girl and, I don't want her to have to struggle with that. We also inherit habit. Yeah, that's true. She'll definitely be a chocolate wine.
See, that's that's a nature versus nurture conversation. Are you, if you can change her food habits, would that affect her migraine?
Yeah, well, we talk about food habits a lot, but we don't talk about, I just didn't think that mine were connected to food, but that's an interesting aspect. I might have to get myself tested one of these days. If my medicine is $25 a pill, I'm sure the pricks will be, $80 stabbing to check. But, and then I think about it and I'm like, well, she doesn't have migraines right now. She's 7.5.
Kids suffer with them that young, though, would they normally?
I think some kids do. Yeah. Oh. I've heard of that. But what she does get a lot is growing pains.
My kids did too.
And
it's hard to distinguish, though, if they're really growing pains, which I remember my dad saying, oh, it's growing pains, or is it trying to get out of something, or is it?
I can honestly say that mine, she is not trying to get out of anything because she keeps doing, whatever she's doing. She would wake up in the middle of the night with growing pains.
If I remember correctly, I think she won't experience them much beyond 7 or 8.
I thought she was done with them. I really did. We had kind of sloped down, and then just here in the last 2 weeks, she's been getting them a lot again. So I'm assuming that she's growing, but I mean, it's interesting that she can identify between what is a sports-related pain and what's a growing pain. Because she'll say, no, mommy, that feels different. Not that she's got sports injuries, but lately in ballet, there's this one stretch that is making her leg hurt. And so when she'll say, I have a growing pain, I'm trying to isolate, what's happening here? Is it something that she's done, to her muscle, or is this something that's sort of beyond our control? And she'll flat out tell me, no, I know the difference. And this is a growing pain. This is not a muscle pain because it feels totally different. Okay. But she gets them all the time. Did Megan get them?
Younger, much younger. I mean, I haven't heard them complain about that, but maybe it's just because it's minimal next to the sports, workouts and all that kind of stuff. But no, we don't really see. That's not what I have to hear about with Megan. Megan gets anxiety, stomach aches, and they are
still
not as often. But new situations make her uncomfortable, and they tend to come with stomach aches. And then we added celiac in her world. So, she's not supposed to have gluten, but honestly, she powers through it because she'd rather have a cupcake than a stomach ache. Well, she's old enough to make those decisions. So if she wants a stomach ache, she gets to have a cupcake. So she's mild celiac. There's a lot of different tolerances for that. And so she's completely manageable. We don't really alter our processes with her, but it's something she has to be aware of.
We've come back to the whole food trigger again.
Yeah. Imagine that. It's funny how all those kind of affect our stuff, but yep. Sleep, comfort.
That's a big one.
Yep. It is true. I can tell you 100%. I'm on like my low carb thing now because I really kind of got myself out of control, but I have back pains, body aches, and achiness, and just general grossness when I have carbs. Carbs and sugar are poison to me. And I am 46 years old and I can't seem to deal with that battle. I can't seem to overcome that.
Tammy, I wish you would hop on.
Oh yeah, Tammy, you're gonna have to get a speaker over audio over the weekend or something.
Can you join on your phone?
I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, 6 years. Yeah, food is everything. Yeah, it is. I need to do a better job of educating myself on those areas.
I would love to. I came upstairs without my phone.
Next time. Next time.
We'll plan another one to include you on that topic. So a way to stay connected, and we can schedule a call. Oh, you mean like during this?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, it would be good information because we can always learn to do better. How for both? Okay. Well, we blab twice a week, and Monday and Thursdays, and we have toyed with moving it to an evening on one of the days because we're going to connect mostly with working moms and crafty moms and marketing, I guess, is other stuff, techie stuff. So right now it's at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central.
It's the whole juggle struggle again, right? I mean, you and I would love to do an evening one, but we both have kids going in 100 directions, and it's not all that convenient for us to do it then either. So this is a good time because everybody's gone. We both home office. So, but it's maybe not the best time frame for moms. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we only talk about mom stuff.
No.
We're a little bit of social media geeks and that kind of thing too. So, hey Chuck, thanks for joining us. We are about to wrap up, but thanks Tammy, that would be great. Yes, you're right. We do have to get the word out. Chuck, do you struggle with migraines, or have you have friends that have had migraines? We're talking about remedies and how to power through it, or do you just pull the blinds and call it a day?
Yeah.
So does Drew still get them?
Not as often, but I wonder. Like you said, you got it in college, so you probably feel like it is secular. So he's 21 now, probably better habits, although he needs to kind of he works a lot, so it doesn't get him as often. Not as often, and he doesn't take medication for him. He hates taking medication too, and I like that about.
Yeah,
I do. I don't know why. I don't like to take medication, and so they've learned that from us.
Yeah, no, down on drugs.
Yeah.
No, neither my wife and I have migraines, nor any of our children, grandchildren, great children.
Well, and then that goes to probably hereditary.
Yes, lucky. Yeah, we were just talking about whether or not it was hereditary, and Tammy shared with us that it is. So, I think it's the one takeaway that I have from it is you have to kind of learn what your triggers are, and how the best way to handle it. I mean, after you've had a number of them, you kind of know your own self and what you can do to get through it for sure. So,
yep. Well, I don't know that we really solved the whole migraine debate today, but I think you've got some things to think about more that Tammy has advised.
I agree, for sure. Well, we're going to keep it short today. I know that you and I are both jam-packed with stuff, so we didn't have a long lineup today. Thanks, Tammy, for joining. We just had sort of a one-topic show today, which is unusual for us. Usually we've got between 3 and 5. So I think we're going to sign out. Thanks, guys, for joining us. If you have any suggestions on how to get over migraines, send them my way. Thanks, Chuck.
Yep, and join us on Monday.
Yeah, come back and visit us on Monday. And actually, on Monday, we are having a twofer. Remember?
No.
You should have it on your calendar.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
we won't talk about it. We talk about it on Thursday because we went and talk about where we have a craft exchange. So it's a thing. We're talking about craft exchange. Well, we won't have gone through it.
Huh?
You want to talk about craft exchange on Monday?
Monday night is our craft exchange that we're doing on Blab.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Write that down.
Hello.
Where's my calendar? Not on paper. I'm putting it on my calendar. Yeah, I forgot we were doing it on Blab.
Yes. Okay. So in the morning, we will have our normal Mommy Upgrade Live. I will post the topics that morning on Twitter, so you can be prepared to talk about that. And hopefully Tammy will have her audio rigged up so she can participate. But then we have a special edition of Mommy Upgrade Live that night. And part of, well, a big feature on Mommy Upgrade, the blog, is our 3 times a year craft exchange. And so what this is a group of women who are located all over the United States. And we all have a passion for making stuff, you know, DIYs, making stuff, crafting.
Upcycling.
Yeah, like handmade gifts, right? So what we do each, what is that, each triannual time, I'm a leader of it, and so I pick out a topic, or not a topic, sort of a theme for the exchange, and everybody makes enough for the people in their group. We have 3 groups, and we cross-exchange, but we don't tell anybody what we're making ahead of time. So what happens is we open it during a live video conference. This time it will be on Blab. And then whoever made it gets to kind of talk about what they did to make it and the materials they used and how long it took and what they would never do again with it or what they would do again to change it, to make it better. It's truly a craft geeks nirvana. I mean, it's a safe group. So, I mean, we all can appreciate the wins, the fails, the, hey, I tried something new, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted to, and my gifts maybe are not in that area. Or it's, dang, I didn't know I could do that. So it's a lot of fun, and so we open them up and geek off on that. I won't be back on Monday as I'm running during this time, but night, maybe definitely Thursday. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, that's a good point. We always capture these and we put them out on my YouTube channel, which is Mommy Upgrade as well. So if you missed Monday morning's topic, you can catch it up on the replay. And there's also a link to it on my blog, MommyUpgrade.com. And then we will have the craft exchange, which will go for hours. I mean, it's usually how many hours? 2 hours plus?
It's a little late for us because on the East Coast it goes till probably 10:30.
Yeah, so we'll try to move it a little bit faster this time. But that's it. That's all I got. Over and out.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Bye. Bye.